Going live. And here we are, live. That's what's up, man. It has been 2 weeks since I have been live on the air, and I am happy to be here. 2 weeks because I was on vacation in California. So, vacation went well, as you guys saw in my other video. One person. We got three. Here we go, building up. Building on up. What's going on, guys? Yo, that's what's up, man. Assassin Sensation, DKT. What up, man? I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to be back on live. Hey, what's going on? How's your Friday? Busy. Made a video today, wrote the outline, made the video, edited the video, took some time, and now I'm here. What's up? How's it going? What's up, Eric? Yo. Yeah, so Friday's been busy. But I like the video that I did today. It's been a long. I feel like that video. The video I did today has been a long time coming. So, from Montreal, Canada. Oh God, burps. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. Wait a minute, Shit. I can't even say that name. It's probably French. Michael, Michelle, John. What's going on? I'm pretty sure that's Michael. Kip. I'm so sorry I can't say your name, but I'm glad you're here. From Canada. That's what's up. My username is pronounced Assassin Sensation. That's what I've been saying, right? Assassin Sensation. Asian. I'm an idiot. Oh my God. Asian Sensation. That is funny. I think I'm dyslexic, if you know what I mean. It's French, yeah. How do you pronounce that in French? Element. Yep, that's my life. I think I'm dyslexic all the time. I'm pretty sure I am. I've come to the conclusion that I think I am dyslexic. Darkin, what's going on, man? It has been a while. It's been 2 weeks for me, but it has been a minute since you've been on live. I'm glad to see you here with the winky face. Okay. All right. By the way, Eric, what's going on, man? What's up? And by the way, I'm starting to name these live chats. I'm trying to make them more direct towards a topic of conversation. And I noticed last time when I did that 2 weeks ago for the live conversations, it got rid of a lot of the trolls, because when I just put AMA all the time, then it got people asking me just the dumbest thing. So I feel like putting titles on these videos that will be more direct and more like have a point to them, a subject to them, rather than just AMA, then avoid the trolls. So, but feel free to ask me anything, not just on the philosophy of religion or let's talk about anything. Not that you have to ask me questions. I'm all that, not that interesting, whatever. So yeah, I was just replying to your last video. Why do you think God might still exist? Yeah, no, I knew that you were gonna like that one. I was interested to hear your response on that. So I'm interested to read your comment. Saw that you were joining me and being a Cali boy. Oh yeah. I am. Okay, here's the deal though. Like my vibe is total East Coast. Like that work hard, play hard, like fast paced mentality. That is all that's East Coast. That is all me. Almost everything else is like West Coast. But the East Coast part of me is really annoying when I'm in California. Like the drivers really piss me off. But that's another story. Chilling in here before I go to football game. Oh, nice. That's dope. Football's dope. It's football season again, man. Literally don't even know why I'm putting this on. It's just because I saw it. I don't know if you guys do that. See chapstick or something and you just put it on. So yeah. My life for the past 2 weeks had been crazy. Well, I'll tell you here, when I explain to a believer why I'm atheist, I always end with, and if I'm wrong and God is real, he's an asshole. Well, that might be the case. I don't know. I mean, yes, if God is real and the biblical, I mean, yeah, if God is real, he might be an asshole for sure. But if God is real and the interpretation of scripture is wrong, and I mean, there's so many mixed messages about God in scripture. I mean, God is love, but then in the Old Testament, God, commands genocide to happen, which interestingly enough, so I've been watching, it's been like my favorite show lately. I've been watching that show Lucifer, and oh my God, like y'all need to watch that show. It is amazing. And I just finished the 4th season, stoked for the 5th, which is the last season now. But he said, like the devil said, I've never killed anybody. And then on the show, he kills someone for the first time in all of history. But then I thought about that and I was like, holy shit, like when has the devil killed someone? Because God commands genocide in the Old Testament. Of course, there's a whole lot of mythology on that show. And so I'm not sure. I haven't done like a lot of research on it. I have been researching the mythology of angels and all that because it's interesting. But yes, like God, all that to say, God did like say in the Old Testament, like kill women and children. Like, yeah, that part is like, yeah, God's an asshole kind of thing. That might be the part, that might be it, if he's real. But if that part is wrong and we've mistranslated it or missed something in the storyline, some gap that we don't realize is there, then God is love. So, I mean, for me, it's like, which is it? If like first, obviously we got to figure out, is God real? And then we got to figure out like, which is it? So howdy, Nate. Here late, but I'm here to, but I hope you enjoyed your trip. Hey, I enjoyed the trip a lot, for sure. 100% same, bro. The fact that everyone looks at me like I'm crazy over here because I'm always wearing hoodies, even when that infamous Cali heat is going. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. But I'm guessing you live in either like Northern California or Southern California, because Central California is pretty cool, and that's where I was, like cool temperature-wise, and that's where I was, so... The philosophy on religion sounds interesting. Yeah, no, the philosophy on religion, basically, when you talk theology, it's like your foundation for the entire debate, conversation, whatever it is that God is real and God exists. The philosophy of religion is basically talks on, does God exist? And if he exists, or if he does not exist, so on and so on. So you don't have to believe in God to have a discussion on the philosophy of religion, which is why I love it so much. I also posted some links on your video. I hope you watch it and share your thoughts. Dope. Joker rules. Looks in hello. Okay. Lucifer is so good. Yeah, Lucifer is so legit. Is it the one on CW? I'm not sure if it's on CW. I thought it was on Fox. I watched it all on Netflix, though. Sloshy Whale. What's going on, man? I can listen, but won't be looking at the screen much. That's all good. Listen up. The Bible says Satan comes to steal and to murder, yet God is the only one who kills anyone. What if Yahweh is actually Satan? Dude, yo. I mean, I didn't say it, but I was thinking the same thing. I shit you not, man. It's such a twisted thought for the religious mind. But you got to ask yourself those questions, man, because God, like, people have died by God's hand. And I mean, like obviously the same has happened for the devil, for Satan. But God was like, killing. But Satan, as far as I know, besides, if the rebellion in heaven happened, which that story is really vague, even in scripture. If that happened, then he's killed angels, but has he killed humans? It's just a really intriguing thought for me. So yeah, we're on the same page. Also, snakes don't talk. Well, here's the interesting thing. If you read Genesis with a lens like it's not literal, then you start looking at things totally different. Like, all right, here's a out there thought. Like, here is a thought that it's like this is really twisted, this is pretty messed up, but you got to think about it, is that God in Genesis commands Adam and Eve, which is said to be the first man and woman, be fruitful and multiply, right? That wording, be fruitful, be fruitful and multiply. That wording. Now, when Satan came to tempt Eve, it was with fruit, and she ate of the fruit. Did that mean she ate an apple, or did that mean they were fruitful? It's a thought. I like Jordan Peterson's thoughts on Genesis. I want to hear those thoughts. I love Jordan Peterson, and I love his thoughts on things, but I haven't heard that talk on Genesis. That'd be really interesting. I like your concept of being haunted by God. I definitely understand that. I believe I can feel him guiding me when I start to stray from doing what I know is right. Interesting. Eric, do you consider yourself a Christian? Do you believe in God? Or are you like agnostic? Or the Bible is like a war book, good and evil. It's like something from Star Wars. I don't know about that. Yeah, it's definitely a great storybook. There are wars that take place in it. I wouldn't say the whole book is a war book. I would say the whole book is a sort of poetic letter, and you don't know what to take literally and what not to take literally. So that's the problem with saying you can't take it literal. You can make literally anything from that. Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I do think that it's a book full of a lot of things are poetic and poetry, and a lot of things are indeed literal. But we don't know, because I mean, people who have been studying the language and studying Hebrew for years and years and years and years are still trying to figure this out. Like, obviously the people who speak Hebrew, who grew up Jewish, are the only ones who like really know. And so that's why I go on Quora, and I like anybody who has a doctorate or PhD in Hebrew or Judaism, or that lives in Israel and they are a Jew. I always try to get them to answer the questions that I ask on Quora. But it's because of that. Like, even they believe, like, the actual Jews, like, this part is poetry, this part is literal. And there's like a dividing line, but there's nobody saying where that dividing line is. Like, yes, this is poetry, and yes, this is literal. Like, where's the dividing line in it? I know some people do a mixture of both. I mean, that's what I used to do. I used to take some things literal sometimes, and then other times I would take it totally non-literal. I'm like, what? Like, how? I mean, really, honestly, it's almost like you have to take a course. For me, I legitimately took a class at ministry school, how to read the Bible. Because it'll just blow your mind when you start reading it, and you're like, how do I do this? So yeah, I consider myself a Christian. Cool. That's all right. So even though you consider yourself a Christian, you still feel haunted by God, or just the analogy, I guess you could say, of being haunted by God. I like to say I'm spiritual and believe there is a God. All right. There is a God, but if you were being specific, the Christian God, I guess. 2 Christian Erics in this chat, though. It's spelled different. Eric and Eric, one with a K, one with a C. I'm very open-minded, though. That's why I love your videos. You have many interesting thoughts. Well, I appreciate that. And I'm curious, like, what have you learned? I'm just curious, Eric Rollo. And I guess the other Eric too, have any of my videos, like you say you like the thoughts, they're interesting, but have any of my videos like changed the way you think in a good way, or a way that you feel like could benefit you? I am your father and feel nice. I think the dividing line is judged by the individual, but that gets into some messy territory. Like, I see what you're saying, Isaac. And have you commented? Well, welcome to the chat, Isaac. I don't think I said what's up before. Yeah, I think the dividing line is judged by that's just such a sketchy place to go if the dividing line is up to the individual. Because if the dividing line between what is poetic and what is literal is between the individual, then that's how you get some people believing that Genesis is literal, that Genesis, the first two chapters are literal, that heaven and earth was made in 2 days, or earth, the universe was made in 7 days. And then some people are like, no, it was poetry. Like, evolution is obviously real. And so it just gets sketchy. Yo, what up, Demame? I don't think Dark and Demay and Demame have been on the chat at the same time. This is awesome. This is fantastic. I love this. 19 people listening. That's what's up. I struggle with feeling forgiven, and the Bible says there is no condemnation in Christ, but I still feel very guilty about my past, about being an addict. So, I mean, a question for you is how do you deal with that, knowing that there's no condemnation in Christ? I also feel haunted by God. I don't consider myself a Christian, but I have reoccurring dreams of being in hell and being saved by Christ. Really now? Now, how often do these dreams take place? That's interesting. I would twist a young person's head. It would twist a young person's head. I think you should only read it after 16 years of age. The Bible? That's interesting. As time progresses, history always gets more disoriented. I believe that religion happened in some way, shape, or form, but the tricky part is finding the reality. That's the concept that haunts me. I agree with that. Asian, damn it. Asian, I'm an idiot. Asian sensation. Man, I'm going to say it right, like eventually. Asian sensation. Nikki Wildflower, what's going on? The Jews in Israel aren't true Jews. Ever wonder why they are called Jewish? I know this. But there are modern Jews, there are traditional Jews, there are Jewish people that still study the Torah. They're still okay. So I see what you're saying, but I don't really agree with it, because my dad has been to Israel. A lot of my friends have been to Israel. Like what do you consider a true Jew? Because let's start there. A lot of your videos have to do with physics and philosophy. How do you get into this? And did you ever consider being a professor or studying in any of these fields? Have considered studying in the fields, haven't considered being a professor, but how I got into it was really just asking myself all of these philosophical questions and then just looking on my own. Nobody showed me anything to start. I just started looking. They are from the line and not Shem, so they're not real Shemites or Jews. So what you're saying is it's all lost. We have no way to tell if we're interpreting it right or not. Is that what you're saying? What's good, homie? Calvin Faith. It's been far too long since I've been able to catch a live stream. Well, I haven't been on live stream for the past 2 weeks, so that's why. At least once a month. They're super vivid too. A lot of times, though, I call out to Jesus and he doesn't pull me out of hell. I don't know what they mean. That's very interesting. But so you say a lot of times you call out to Jesus and he isn't there, but like say 50-50. Is it sometimes you call out to Jesus and he is there? That I'm really curious about that, because I don't know. I've been having this thought, and a lot of it's come from me watching the show Lucifer. I know it's a TV show, but they ask a lot of really great philosophical, religious questions in that show. And one of them, which a lot of theologians feel this way too, that we are the ones who decide whether or not we go to heaven or hell, because based on if we feel we deserve punishment or not. And so you have that dream when you're calling out to Jesus. And I just wonder if it happens 50% of the time that Jesus pulls you out and Jesus doesn't pull you out, because maybe those times that Jesus does, you feel like you deserve to be pulled out. And maybe the times that he doesn't, whatever happened in your day, whatever you're feeling, you feel like you don't deserve to be pulled out. Just a thought, could be completely wrong, but it's still very interesting. I try catching your lives and watch all of your videos. I'm so glad I discovered your channel. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. Your words have definitely helped me and changed my outlook on life and everything in general. Thank you. Well, you are very welcome, and I really, really appreciate you watching all of my videos. That's amazing. So thank you a lot. I do believe your videos have helped me open my mind and allowed for possibilities of not thinking odd, everything so literal in the Bible. That's how you've helped me. I was very stubborn before. Well, that feels good. That's really encouraging to me. Thanks for telling me that. That's really encouraging to me. That, you know, even though you say you're a Christian, you're grounded in the faith, believe in God, all that you still get things from my videos. I think that's encouraging to me. Isn't the supposed Christian race run individually? So I believe it depends on your perspective on the Bible. A true Jew would be someone from the tribe of Judah. Not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. Laura, what's going on? How are you doing? Glad you're here. I struggle with feeling guilty as well. However, I know that Jesus paid for the bill I could never afford. Now that alone lights the fire to want to be more like him, and that's why we feel guilty. But guilt in itself is evidence for change that has been made. I agree with that to an extent. Man, I was about to start a painting, but I can paint every day. Your streams are only once a week. Hey, thanks so much, Paige. That's awesome. The slit experiments proves the existence of some higher intelligence. Huh. What it is still ponders me. I've seen the slit experiment. I haven't looked deep into it, but I've seen it, but I've never heard that proves some higher intelligence. I've never heard that before. Ridiculous about Abraham, which isn't discussed much, is the religion's perspective, God's ideas on what should constitute actual music. That's really, yeah, I don't know what that means. Huh. When they first started, he would save me every time. They started 5 years ago, and as time progressed, he started saving me far less. And bro, that's deep. It's a thought. It's a thought. That's really interesting. Also, I found your channel by showing your dad. Oh, sweet. So you've been here since like the beginning. I said on live once that I believe people get out of life what they believe they deserve. So that is super interesting. Yeah. No, we live the life that we feel we deserve. It's true. Asian sensation. I'm the one who tries to find out the truth beyond the tricky part that you were saying. I'm not both a believer and non-believer. In both heaven and hell. I'm open-minded 100%. Well, that's good. Good stuff. Got a confession to make. I don't watch your videos not because they are not good, but because I already got the conclusions you take. I've already put in the questions. Yo.
You have the H. I need this.
Yeah, got it. Gotta, because I've already put the questions you put. But I like to watch your lives because I'm fascinated by thought processes in general, yours in particular. People who are searching themselves from inside out are hard to find, so keep searching. Hey, man, I really appreciate that. Like, I appreciate the confession. Even though I have, well, not that I've been wondering, but would like to hear like your input on all the videos I make. That'd be really dope. But at the same time, I get it. Totally get it. But I still appreciate you being on the live streams. Like, that's super awesome. I love it whenever you're on. So feelings mutual there. You can't view or read the Bible as modern Western mindset culture. Read book of people, prophecy, and those people and relationship they had with the Most High. Sorry for the typo. So Nikki Wildflower, are you a Jew? Are you Hebrew? Like, do you read the Bible? Do you feel like you get the correct interpretation? If you were to visit somewhere and a supporter recognized you from your channel, would you mind if they came up to you? No, not at all. Come up to me. Talk to me. I'd love that. That'd be awesome. Wouldn't mind at all. History still gets to me. Who were those who had powers? And did they actually have powers? Who did Poseidon, Hades, Greek gods actually the gods that we should be praying to? You know, it's a thought. It's an interesting thought, but something that I think of is even in the Bible, and I just refer to the Bible because it's what the religion I grew up with and know the best, is that even in the Psalms it says that God is the God of gods. And so even the Bible tells us and recognizes that there are other deities out there, but it just says that God is the God of gods. He is the highest of them all. So your dad should have came in and said, "What's up?" Well, he knew I was doing live, so he just had to get something. They're doing like this small group thing downstairs, and I'm upstairs on live. So vid freeze. That was more like mythology. Yes. So hold on. Yes to what? Nikki Wildflower. What? So you are Jewish. You are a true Jew. Is that what you're saying yes to? And you are interpreting the Bible correctly, and everybody else is wrong. Is that what you're saying? What would you define as the fine line between being obvious and ignorant? Oblivious. Oh God, I need to get checked out. I think I'm dyslexic for real. Between being oblivious and ignorant. See, I think there's a humility and innocence to being oblivious, but ignorance is like intentionally not, like you have the opportunity to know, but you are intentionally like avoiding it. You're like, no, I don't even want to know the truth. I don't want to know this information because I like the way I live with my life. It's a pride. Ignorance, there's pride in ignorance for sure. And so I think, yeah, being oblivious, there's an innocence and humility to it that you don't know. You're completely oblivious to the fact, but ignorant is like, you actually know that you could do better. You actually know that you could improve, but you choose not to. It's ignorant. That's what it is. You should do a Pastor React to John Bell. Dude, I love that song. Maybe, I don't know. John is a genius for music. Definitely recommend it. John Bellion is one of my favorite music producers of all time. He's insane in the best. I love that dude. He's amazing. That makes my mind go blank when you said he's the God of gods. It's true. Hey, it's in the Bible. I think at some point when these dreams happen, I'm going to decide to try and save myself. Give it a shot. So are they lucid dreams or experiments in which a wave is split into two separate waves that later combine into a single wave. Changes in the path lengths of both wave change when we look at them or record. I'm not following. I am Hebrew. Wait, what? I am a Hebrew, not a Jew, not from the tribe. What do you mean you're a Hebrew? Hebrew is a language. I was corrected on this so many times. Isn't Hebrew a language? Like the Jews speak Hebrew? Like Hebrew people isn't a thing? I could be completely wrong, but I've had a lot of people tell me there's no Hebrew people. They're Jews that speak Hebrew. I'm a Hebrew, not a Jew, not from the tribe of Judah. I'm grafted in because I keep the laws and commandments and accept Jesus as my Savior, and I don't interpret the Bible, I live it. Okay, well, now you're just being smart. It's not really what I was asking. But I see what you're saying. I'm basically saying, so, like, are you saying people, this is what I'm asking, are you saying people, like, have to get a degree, or they have to studying Jewish culture would be good for reading the Bible, but like they have to be a Jew, or they have to grow up in Jewish culture, or read the Bible with a Jew to truly understand it? Because I think you can definitely get a lot from the Bible without studying it at all. So have you seen his making of videos? Yeah. No, when I watch his making of videos, John Bellion's, I get stoked on life, and I just want to go and record. I mean, most languages' names also stand for cultures. Yeah. Hebrew is a language and a people from the land of Shem. All right. So I could be wrong. Or, if you're Hebrew and you know this, then obviously you're right. So, but I don't even know how we got on this topic, Nikki. Yeah, I mean, I guess my question to you is, like, do you know the line between what is poetry and what is literal in the Bible? Yeah, they're lucid, and I'm like conscious that I need Jesus to save me and make the decision to call out to him. I don't know. That's amazing. Do it. I mean, it's either a lucid dream or astral projecting. I don't know which, but that's pretty awesome. If you meet the Christian God and could only ask him, her, it 2 questions before having everything explained to you, what would the most worthwhile question, as well as the most facepalm? What would be the most worthwhile question, as well as the most facepalm inducing? Honestly, I think I would ask him, like, it wouldn't be just a simple answer. It would be, can you show me where you were my whole life? If I met him, can you show me where you were in my life, my entire life? Like, can you show me what I missed? Can you show me, what I missed, Facepalm question. Are you real? Even though I feel like I would ask that too. So, did God make people and robots? I think people made robots. Or he makes people and tells the older people than us who are in their 20s, or shows them in some way or something to make robots. Yeah, the second one. I heard robots will be made and sold by year 2020. I mean, they're already being made and sold. So there's that. Anyone that says they live the Bible would be imprisoned if they actually did what the book says. I agree. I would ask, do you think you could have done better? Like, way better? Oh, see, I feel like, honestly, though, Darkin, that'd be a great question to ask, because then I feel like he would give you explanation for why he did the things that he did. If he's a loving God. If he's an asshole, then he could probably say, yeah, I could have done better. More specifically from Jacob Ladder, whose name was changed to Israel. 12 sons used to make up the tribe Judah. And yes, poetry would be psalms, and literal would be the laws or the commandments. So you're saying you follow every single law and every single commandment in Leviticus, Numbers, the Levitical law. You follow all of it. You live it out. I'm so sorry. I remember on a Joe Rogan podcast, there was a discussion about if religion was created with DMT. It's interesting to hear that people see religious symbols when using it. Do they see so I mean, there's so many ways to go about that. Do they see religious symbols because they've seen it in the past and it's just showing up on their trip? Or did they see religious symbols because that's where they originated from, out of a trip? And if that's where they originated from, we can't crave anything that we haven't seen. So if then that would mean there's some other pattern in our way of thinking, and it's all in our heads and we're just seeing what's in our heads, or that you're getting access to some other dimension and you're seeing something in the supernatural or something like that. I don't know, who knows. What are your views on how Jordan Peterson believes that people cannot be atheists? I mean, there seems to be plenty of atheists that don't think that. Anybody, any theologian, any philosopher that says something about there's no such thing as atheists, I'm always like, nah, but I think there is. Like, I get their thought process in it, and it's like, okay, yeah, like belief is a thing. Like whether you believe in, if you believe in nothing, then that means you don't believe in yourself, and you don't believe that this world is real or that it exists. So you believe in something, and so in that way, then they're like, yeah, atheists aren't atheists because they believe in something. But what an atheist is someone who does not believe in God. So you can still have belief and still be an atheist. So I haven't seen Jordan Peterson's thoughts on that, but those are my thoughts. Everyone could also do much worse. Our objective is to keep the bar high, even when it can go higher. Have you looked into dream symbolism? I've looked a lot into dream symbolism, and I've interpreted many dreams for people. I actually just got somebody the other day messaging me asking if I could interpret their dream for them. Never met them in my entire life, but they remembered that I used to do it all the time at ministry school, and so they asked me if I could do it. And I keep forgetting to do it, but I'm going to do it. I don't trust those things though, because the movie I, Robot scared me. Yeah, no, hey, that's real. I thought about that. Would you trust a robot if it was given to you free or sold to you? If AI could think like humans, I wouldn't trust it, period. Why would a loving God kill innocent firstborns instead of Pharaoh? Valid point. And why did people need to mark their houses with lamb's blood when he's all-knowing? He's all-knowing. I'm not sure if the angel of death is, unless that was him. I don't know. It's just as possible we are all living in an artificial AI program. Is it? I gotta leave line chat in a few. That blows. I've told you that all matter is math, so I envision life as a 3-axis sphere. When born, you bring to the material world a new center of energy. Very interesting. This is why I love your thoughts, Domain. They're fantastic. The birthplace of the myth, DMT was produced in the brain when we dream, so I think their theory might work out. Yeah, no, DMT is all natural, so it's true. If I'm like God, the intelligent question would be, where does the work of you and Satan end and the work of the rest of existence begin? That is a fantastic question. Worthy of a screenshot to dwell on and think about later. That pertains to me as a woman and the ones we can do without a temple or being in the land. Jesus kept the commandments and walked as he walked. He came not to do away with the law, but to fulfill it. To fulfill it means to do. I agree with that. I see your point. I honestly don't know, but it's just interesting that there is a pattern among people who take it. It's true. Yep. Yo, Nate, I just wanted to drop in and say what up. I'm sending good vibes and peace your way. Thanks, Zach. Anyway, man, I will drop back later. Sounds like you have sparked up a good one on atheists. Yeah, man. The stupid question would be, why have you been the biggest jackass ever? Well, I guess if he's real stupid in our heads, but not so stupid in his. All right, see you, man. Great live chat room. Chat with y'all next time. All right, see you. Nate, can you tell me what it means if I have a dream that there was a clone of me that was trying to kill me? Oh, that's you fighting yourself. That's the easiest interpretation ever. That's exactly how I would interpret it. I mean, obviously there's more to dream interpretation if based on your surroundings, based on what you're wearing, based on what you're holding, whole lot of interpretation to be done. But at the simplistic level, that's literally you fighting yourself, you fighting within yourself. You reading comments. That's exactly what I'm doing. I say thoughts only because it sounds like you have a good topic rolling about atheists. Sounds intriguing. I'll be back watching Limitless. I love Limitless. That is a fantastic movie. I don't recall him saying a person couldn't be an atheist. Me neither, but somebody said on here said that was the case. Some guy on saying that a bunch of people need to raid your chat and spam bad things. Well, that's dumb. No, but the marking of the houses was more so for the proof of the trust in him. It's redundant to our brains, but Abraham had to switch him, had to show him that he would kill his son for him, even though God knew. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Eric, but the fact is, I mean, God killed kids. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot in that it's like how the only way you could justify that is if, honestly, one of the only ways I think God could justify that is if reincarnation was real. Is if you killed them because you knew that they had a choice after they were dead. Say reincarnation isn't real, right? And say the afterlife is real. Say all that's real. And when you die, you have a choice. Hey, like God saying, hey, I killed you. You're in heaven. Or, do you want to go to heaven or hell? Obviously, then it's like heaven. But if reincarnation is a thing, then sending them back so that they could try again. Obviously, this is all like just weird thoughts in my head, but how the Old Testament could be justified. But that's all that stuff is pretty far-fetched. So psychedelics are great. That's funny. Have you ever listened to David Smalley's Dogma Debate? I have not. That sounds really interesting, though. I wish I could be more involved with this, but I'm working. My boss is nearby. It's all good, man. It's pretty cool that you can work and watch YouTube live, though. That's dope. Hey, I'm also done with the project. I'm dropping soon, Nate. Dope. Well, let me know when it drops. Love to hear it. Saying atheism is a belief or religion, too, is like saying the off button on TV is a channel, too. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Darkin. Totally agree with that. As long as life goes, you get through experiences, good, bad, sad, happy, weird. All of them make the sphere get bigger. The catch is wherever you go, and whatever you find, never forget to remember. Never forget to remember what you are, your core. Keep your world in balance. That is the secret balance. Go as far as you can from what you was, but what you find does not become what you are. It combines with what you were. You're losing me. You're losing me. I think I'm trying to get your thought process, and I'm not entirely sure what that pertains to. But I think I'm with it. But it's a little confusing to me. I might have to read it like 4 or 5 more times, but since I don't have that much time being on live, word it differently. Dang, I couldn't get back to Limitless. That was sounding too good, so I'm tuned in. That's awesome, man. God had 42 kids killed by 2 bears because they called him bald. He was a psychopath. Where did that happen? What Bible story was that? My problem with reincarnation, soul moving from body to body, is that the world population keeps growing. There are not enough souls dying to enter new bodies being born. But Darkin, that's taking into account that there aren't souls or energy beings, whatever, just out there that have never been in human form. And that, like, I mean, if reincarnation is a thing, then, like, obviously you're thinking about it in terms where the only soul beings are the humans that are on Earth. But as I've been reading Robert Monroe's books, that's not the case. There's like other universes and different dimensions with beings, light beings, energy beings, whatever, celestial being. I don't know. I forget what he calls them. But these souls that have never even, they all know about Earth, but very few have decided, hey, I want to go down to Earth and live on Earth. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but from what I've learned about reincarnation, that's not an issue. I'm moving while using YouTube Red. I'm mowing while using YouTube Red. It's incredible. I've been listening to 10 hours of Gary Vee and Joe Rogan each day instead of music. That's insane, man. That's really dope. On that note, what are your favorite podcasts or videos where the screen isn't necessary? Ah, man. I gotta say, I like watching the screen. But I do that a lot with Gary Vaynerchuk videos for sure, and with some spoken word poetry stuff. I like listening to that. Not a religious oriented question, but is there a point where you wouldn't watch a movie or show, listen to a song, read a novel, comic book because of personal reasons? If so, what would those reasons be? Well, it's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of horror movies. I like a lot of thrillers, but I don't watch a lot of horror movies because there's no redemption or hope at the end of it. Like, I'm pretty down with watching, reading, everything that you said, listening, anything, as long as there's some sort of message to better humanity or bettering a person or some sort of hope or redemption at the end of it. But like with a lot of horror movies, like there's none of that. And so I'm like, why watch it? I don't get it. That's true about the Bears. Yo, 2 Kings 2. Yo, I'm going to read this. That's wild. Oh my God, who is calling me? Can't talk. What do you think happens after death? As of right now, I have no idea. I mean, I'm reading Robert Monroe's books, so, I mean, and I thought a lot about the second law of thermodynamics. Haven't done enough research into it, though. But then I also want to do a study in consciousness as well. And so it's like, maybe there is a life after death. That's where I'm at. I'm like, maybe there is, but that was where I was at before. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. So Imagine it like a survival game then. It doesn't matter where you go. Always remember where your base is. Otherwise, you're lost. Life is like that. Remember your core, or else you are lost. Yeah, totally agree with that. 100% agree with that, man. And that's the thing, like finding who you are, like without anything else. At your core, who are you? And like when I was a Christian, a lot of hold on. Uh um I totally forgot what I was saying. I was just messaging this guy to tell him I'll call him in like an hour. Or else you are lost. Yes. Okay. Yeah. But the problem is people figuring out who they are at their core without any religious anything. Because I know when I was a Christian, this is what I was saying. When I was a Christian, it was like, who am I at my core? Well, I'm, a son of God. And, when that all went away, I was like, shit, well, who am I? Like, and I think that's really important to know who you are, like that you're good or that who you are without any of that. What do you mean with your life's core? Oh, okay. You, the core of your life. Curious, how do you record your music? I have a Universal Audio Apollo Twin interface system. I have a Neumann TLM 102 microphone. I use Logic. I have that acoustic guitar. I have an Ibanez electric guitar. And I use a lot of presets that come with Logic already. And I have a keyboard, piano, and I just manipulate sound a lot. And I have I've been borrowing it for a long time. SM7B microphone and SM58 to get other sounds. So that's what I use. Logic. Well, I don't know where my soul has been before my life, so it might well be nothing. I wish I knew how things are on other planets, though. Hey, Darkin, I mean, I agree with you, but like that's something that Robert Monroe talks about in his books from, traveling out of body, talking to these people in whatever realm that he's in, is like there is a veil of forgetting that like it's some energy that can be taken away, but it's intentional. It's intentional, and you're told before you enter into your body, you will forget everything. So either he made, either that's like nonsense. I don't think that he made it up. I think he did experience something. But yeah, anyway, do you believe in self-mastery, or do you think that we are only able to master our own lives because of God? Self-mastery. Love the video where you took a segment from live stream. Simba, what's going on, man? Yeah, no, I want to do that more. I'm trying to ask a couple people if they hear me say something like that, or do like a 2-minute segment when I just go off on some random thing, that they can like tell me where it was at, like timestamp it, and then I'll make it into a smaller video. I want to keep on doing that because I like doing that. That was dope. Before we were born, we didn't exist. We were dead. Then we were born. Okay. I'm out of philosophy books to read. Do you have any suggestions? I don't know. How many philosophy books have you read, and what have you read? You love Dogma Debate. He brings on people of all kinds of religious beliefs. Some are a bit batshit crazy, and some are decent people that just believe batshit crazy stories. There's some great combos. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure. That kind of rocked me. Okay, I know you probably said it already, but real quick, I didn't get your thoughts on reincarnation. I will try to come back to that. I believe in God, but I don't really follow any religion. Huh. So where do you get your ideas about God? Do you just make them up? Do you search for what's truth? Or are you just like, yeah, I believe there's something more? Is submission to something or someone at its root always due to the submissive persons? Is submission to something or someone at its root always due to the submissive person's way of doing what they see is best for them? Or is there a scenario in which it's the person's willingly devoting? I mean, wouldn't sacrifice be that scenario? I think that's love. I think sacrifice, yeah, I think sacrifice is the answer to that question. What love actually looks like. Hey, first name, last name, what's up? How long you been streaming? Just got on. 56 minutes. I've got to go, but I'll catch up with this tomorrow. Oh man, Laura, killing me. All right. See you next time. If you forget, then what's the point? Well, see, for that question, you got to read more of Robert Monroe's book. So apparently, what he found out is there is a school that we go to every night. And the things that we learn on earth, that we go to every night when we're asleep. And Robert Monroe is convinced that we all leave our bodies when we're asleep, but we can't remember it. And that's very, very possible. Because even our dreams, we dream every single night. We just don't remember them. Because our conscious is not used to being awake at that point, or we're just used to shutting everything down. So when we go to this school and we learn these lessons, or we not necessarily learn these lessons there, but get help in learning the lessons that we'll learn with the life on earth, then it's the life on earth that will transform us, our soul. And apparently, when we reach a place of knowing or learning or loving or whatever, then there is a place called home, and you graduate to that school. And I mean, Robert even says in the book, this home might be heaven, it might not be heaven, but these beings do refer to this person in home as father. And but it's all like becoming a better person, a better human, a better being able to love, because love is the highest energy outside of that. So learning these lessons on earth, evolving yourself. But if you knew all that you knew, then there wouldn't be any point to the lesson, and there wouldn't be any point to coming here, because you would know all of it. And then you would just kind of be like, okay, well, I want to go back. This is stupid. So you have to forget everything to be able to actually learn these lessons. That's if anybody what up, Misfits? James, what's going on? Anybody who's read Robert Monroe can feel free to correct me, but that's from what I know, or from what I've read, that's the case. I heard you say a bit ago that you like listening to spoken word. I listen to a lot of people. I don't have any one favorite person. Science has proven that afterlife exists. Everything that exists is energy, and the first rule of physics is that energy never dies, just transforms. So you exist and will exist forever. So, Demain, you've probably already researched this, so I'm asking you, is our consciousness what survives? Is our consciousness energy? Obviously, like, is who we are at our core energy, or is the energy that comes from our consciousness just, I mean, that's just it, I mean, what, like, if that energy leaves, will our memories, will us follow that energy, or, well, is it just energy? you know? Damn, nearly an hour has been burned and it feels like nothing. No, yeah, it feels like nothing for sure. Well, to me, my voice can tell it's been an hour. My voice is wearing out. That all sounds very Harry Potterish to me. I, hey, but if it's all real, I don't know. Yeah, it all does all sound Harry Potterish. But if it's real, then shit, I don't know what else to, you know. You don't always dream. You only dream in REM sleep, and sometimes you don't hit REM. Debatable. REM, well, yes and no. You don't have to be in deep sleep to hit REM. It's like awake, REM, light sleep, deep sleep. And so obviously your body wants deep sleep. So you go down here and sometimes you just like jump up. I guess you don't stay at REM as long as you should, but you do hit REM. What are your thoughts on Nietzsche saying that the absence of God requires you to project those transcendence ideas onto yourself? What, so calling yourself God? Not necessarily. What was the book name? What book name? The book name that I talked about in my latest vlog video? They twist words or just do shady things. I don't disagree with you, Dizzle. But it transforms our consciousness energy can go our death bodies. But it transforms our conscious energy can go to our death bodies to become dead matter. Nah, 30 minutes has flown by already for me. That's when you know Nate is spitting some knowledge and truth. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Zach. I'm actually a Christian, but I'm just saying studies haven't proved afterlife. I don't know if you're really attached to any genre of music. You seem to have, and yeah, for sure. But if you like rock metal enough, there's a channel I just discovered called Sea of Tranquility. Maybe you ought to check it out. Its host is practically a walking encyclopedia of rock and metal. So I really enjoy a certain, I'm going to look that up, but I really enjoy a certain type of metal. And that certain type of metal is like metalcore, melodic metalcore. A metal band that I've been listening to a lot. Well, I've been listening to a lot. Dealer, Soul Keeper, and Dayseeker are three bands that I've like really been jamming hard to. They're heavy. They're freaking heavy. Dealer is heavy as super heavy. It transforms in some kind of form, like electrical energy transforms in thermal energy. We can't know what kind of energy is consciousness. It's a math problem with a lot of variables. I can understand that. I deal with sleep paralysis and it is terrifying. I bet it's terrifying, but you can also use that to have an out-of-body experience. The Robert Monroe book about dreams, it's not about dreams. I've read it's about out-of-body experiences. But he refers to dreams because one of the most frequently asked questions that he gets is what is the difference between an out-of-body experience and a dream? And he answers those questions in the book. I forget what the answers were, but I know that he does answer them in his book. It's called Journeys Out of the Body, and I've read Journeys Out of the Body, and I just finished Far Journeys. I have one more book to go for the trilogy, and it's The Ultimate Journey. Baseball is calling. Catch you next time. All right, Eric. Peace out, dude. Entomology. Big Mac and Friends. That's a good name. Church kicked my aunt out for talking with her friends about religion at home and not paying the church to do that. Wow. Yeah, no, I'd leave a church like that too. I like heavy rock or metal, but mostly when I can sense the song's atmosphere or theme. Only dope instruments. Don't love me some keyboards along with the guitars. Yo, Paige, you gotta check out Dayseeker. They are so sick. I think you'd really like them. They just came out with a new album that is phenomenal. About human being gods, it's not far from the truth. A god is a creator, so every human is a god to its creation. We are gods as long as we create. It's true. I don't disagree with it. It's a good point. Then you'd be in luck. The channel's host happens to grow up on that kind of music. Hell yeah. Well, I'm excited to see that. You said Sea of Tranquility, right? Sea of Tranquility. Yeah, I just looked it up. I can't. Maybe I should type in YouTube. There we go. I have to go. It was nice to chat with you again. Later, my friend. All right, Darkin. Till next time. Peace out. Slipknot is metal and melodic. Yeah, but I don't like Slipknot. It's one of the biggest vocal ranges ever. Yo, if you think he has one of the biggest vocal ranges ever, you need to listen to Dayseeker. I know I'm like raving about that band right now, but Dayseeker, I'm just like, they're one of my top bands right now that I'm listening to. And they are very melodic, very metal core. And that dude's range, I want his vocals. Like, his vocals are just so sick. I checked out that Gideon song a few weeks ago when you were talking about Christian bands switching and just wanted to say it was heavy AF. Yeah, for real, though. It's so heavy. So heavy. What is the most angriest song you listen to? Oof. Speaking of that Gideon song is up there. I'd have to say, a lot of Like Moths to Flames. Their stuff, their first album was so angry. It was so heavy. It was legit. GNF, Give No Fucks, is one of their songs. And look up Like Moths to Flames, GNF. So heavy. And most of that album is super heavy and super, super good. Okay, Nate, talk to you later, man. Thanks again for doing all these Fridays. It's dope. Respect to you and your pops. Thanks, dude. All my dudes, your fans are going to think I'm... no, it's all good, Zach. Appreciate you, man. See you next time. Dayseeker, Dayseeker. They're so sick. Heard them and I like them, but I'd still put my money on Corey. Really? All right. I mean, yeah, Corey's freaking talented like crazy, but Henry, what's going on? Hi, today I made it here. Yes, you did. Bringing knowledge and truth. Lady, your peace and love sent out your to all you guys. Thanks, man. So I have a question. I haven't really had anyone to ask. Now, after you are born again, Holy Spirit enters you and basically guides you on how to be a Christian. Your thirst for Scripture is never satisfied, and you feel as though happiness is who you are helping. Others is who you are. I've experienced this, but I lost my way, and I can't get that thirst and feeling back. Does that mean I'm doomed? No. No, that's not what that means at all. Douglas Baker. I just made a video about this, titled "Why I Think My Thought Process on Why God Might Still Exist," and I talk about that very thing. So check it out, and I'd love to know your thoughts on it and if it helped. Jess, I'm so sorry. It's all good. It's been 2 weeks. Number one fan here for sure. Jess, that's amazing. Glad you're here, Jess. Before you wrap things up with this stream sooner or later, what are your plans for this weekend and the work week after it? My plans for this weekend, well, tomorrow, basically working at the studio. I'm putting all of my music studio services, like I'll produce a song for you, I'll make a piano track for you, make cinematic music for you, all that good stuff. I'm putting all of that on like Air Gigs, Fiverr are the two that I'm on right now, and I'm working on making more gigs because in my local town, there's not a whole lot of musicians that like want studio time. So it's like a bummer. And I'm like not making jack shit on YouTube. So I'm like, how am I going to be making money? So been working super hard outside of YouTube, even though I am still working hard on YouTube and getting content out as much as I can. Studio work is more immediate. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing all day tomorrow. And then the next week doing the same thing. Busy AF, trying to make the money. Nate, listen to this dude. All right, will do. Thank me later. All right, man. I trust you, Demain. All right, gonna listen to that for sure. That Gideon song actually got me back in the DAW, and I made my heaviest beat so far. It's not done, but I really got inspired. That's dope, dude. I want to hear that beat. That'd be sick. Have you heard one of their new songs, Unsainted? I think you like it. I have not, but I am for sure going to listen to it. I like these music suggestions. No, not lyrics. Yeah. All right. Dope. Me? What do you mean me? Calvin. Oh. Is it better for a king or ruler to be loved or feared? Why or why not? It's better for a king to be loved because then, so in my head, if a king is truly loved by his people, that means the king has put in the work to prove that he is no different than the people that he's in charge of, the people that he's in charge of taking care of. And if he is loved, then the people know that they're protected by the king. If they're feared by the king, then it's a people that doesn't feel protective. I wouldn't feel protected in a kingdom where I feared the king. I would feel protected in a kingdom where I loved the king and I felt protected by the king. Because if I felt protected by the king, then I would give my life for that king. I would love that king in return. And so I think it'd be way better for a king to be loved, because then there's less of a separation there. The ruler who is feared is prideful, arrogant, and creates a huge separation and really just thinks of themselves as God. But a king who is loved, I feel like they think of themselves as one of the people, and they just happen to be in charge, and they take on that responsibility and accountability to love his people. So I feel like I could go like even more in depth into that, because that's a great question. But yeah, on a surface level, that's what I think. Clever name here is a loyal trooper to the cause. That's for real. Well, she just disappeared again. Or this. Dirt. All right, man. Dirt. All right, Demame, I'm trusting you with these music choices. Please do. You might change how you feel about them. All right. No, I'll check him out for sure. Since we're on the topic of heavy music, what do you think of Marilyn Manson? Meh. I'm honestly, I haven't listened to Marilyn Manson much at all, so don't really have a whole lot to say. How haven't you heard Unsainted? I dislike Slipknot, but I'd heard it. It popped way too much in my recommended. Uh, Good to see you. Hey, Jackie, what is going on? Yeah. Hey, we follow each other on Instagram now. That's what's up. But anyway, the Slipknot song was in your recommended popular stuff. So you watched it, and I'm assuming you liked it. I want to see the Joker movie so bad. Oh my god, I want to. That's yeah. You know what? I might even go and see that tomorrow. I might be like, fuck work, and just go and see that movie because I want to see it so bad. So bad, but I'm scared there will be a shooting by some loser. Any advice? And are you anticipating Joker movie? Yeah, absolutely. I want to see that movie so bad. But I'm scared there will be a shooting by some loser. Any advice? I mean, don't live in fear, you know? Don't not go see it because you think there's going to be a shooting. Living in fear is never the best option. Never, ever, ever a good option. So, yeah. But I'm stoked to see the movie, and I'm going to go see that movie. And if there's a shooter in the theater, then you know, I often ask myself, what would I do in that situation? Because I feel like I would not be the dude running out of the theater. Personally, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll take off like a screaming, 4-year-old girl. I don't know, but I feel like I wouldn't be the person running from the theater. I feel like I'd be the person trying to talk the dude down. Unless he just opened up firing, then yeah, I'm going to get the hell out of there for sure. Where do you work at? Nations Haven Recording Studio and YouTube. So I own my own recording studio, and I record people, produce music for people. Slowly growing business, very slow, but worth it. I see the comments in the corner of my eye. Wow, I basically sung that. That was weird. I'd say my favorite kind of metal, more like an era, but who cares, is the new wave British heavy metal sound. Wow, that's very specific. I like it. Bands like Motorhead. Okay. Yeah. I'm down with that. Joker is so good, so real and personal that it's scary. Best movie this year. It does not feel like a Hollywood sugar. That's awesome. That's amazing. Oh, God, I just want to see it all the more now. So freaking stoked. I might ask my brother if he wants to go see it with me tomorrow because I know that he wants to see it too. Dang, man. You want to see it all the more. Alexandra, what's going on? Nice hair. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I remember seeing you post about your trip to Cali. Are you thinking of moving there in the future? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as I get the money, I'm there. I'm there for sure. It's unforgettable. Man, you are making me want to go see that movie so bad right now. Best movie I've seen this year. Saw it yesterday. God, guys, stop it. I am so freaking stoked to see this movie. I've always wanted to visit. Good luck. No, yeah, you go visit, and you won't want to. You won't want to be anywhere else for real. So I'm sure you talked about this, but what was your favorite part of Cali? I actually have not talked about anything pertaining to Cali on this live stream. My favorite part. So I'll just say this. I'll just tell this story quick. Well, not the full story, but my absolute favorite part was the day that I went to Big Sur. And I didn't go all along the coast of Big Sur, but I saw a lot of Big Sur and the bridge, and I showed you guys those pictures in that vlog I did. But there at Big Sur, literally one of the best days of my life. We ate at this restaurant where it was like ocean view here, view of the mountains here. You had a patio like lined up along the side so you could look at the sunset and the mountains. And then behind that was a fireplace, and you could sit in front of the fire and watch the sunset and have drinks and whatever. And then there was an eating section, and as you ate, you saw the same view, but it was out in the middle of nowhere on the top of this hill at Big Sur. And so when we were eating and the food was incredible, the whiskey I was having was fantastic, and the sun goes down, you look up, you can legit see the Milky Way. One of the best meals I've ever had. I was with my sister and brother-in-law, and it was just absolutely incredible. That was my favorite moment on the trip, and one of my favorite moments in life, because it was just like, it made me feel so alive. And I just literally, I'm eating my food and I look up and I'm like, there's the Milky Way. That is the Milky Way. It was phenomenal. And then we driving back home, obviously we took the same road, and so we're still on in Big Sur, and we pulled over at this touristy spot right where the bridge was, and we were the only car there, and it was pitch black, and look up and it's like I haven't seen the stars like that in so long. I mean, it was just phenomenal, absolutely incredible. It was my favorite part of the entire thing. Maybe better than Heath Ledger. Oh my, yo, I'm literally about to go and see this movie tonight if you guys keep talking. Topic starter, heck yeah, boys. Yeah, but it's different. Make Joker seem like a real person. You feel it inside you. God. Oh man. Editing song of Joker, Frank Sinatra, That's Life. Ending song. Oh man. See, I'm gonna listen to this song now. Just get in the mood for a Joker story. You can never go wrong with Frank Sinatra. Yeah. My favorite song is this New York, New York. Yeah, love that song. So great. What do you think about Mary from the Bible not being a virgin? Because in the original Hebrew text, they referred to her as, which translates as young girl after puberty. That's literally the first time I've ever heard that before. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard any of that before. Where'd you hear about that? About Mary not being a virgin? I have heard that Jesus was married. Man, we got guys, stop talking about this Joker movie. Gonna end live stream right now and go and get tickets or something. I'm really not gonna do that, but I might go and see it tomorrow. Gonna look on IMDb. This isn't my app. Like you guys pick on click on Instagram and stuff. I click on IMDb. For real though. Are you kidding me? Literally the meta score for this movie dropped so hard. Why did it do that? Some critics are saying this movie is garbage. It's good enough to be dangerous and bad enough to demand better. Okay. So these critics are obviously high as 10 and 10:30. I could see it tonight. Oh boy. Is that a Septuagint or because I just looked it up and Mary's name in Hebrew means rebellion? Wow. Yeah, I've literally never heard this theory before that Mary wasn't a virgin. Really? That's wild. I didn't even watch the movie yet, but I'm offended they said it's garbage. Yeah. It dropped because it's so reliable, so relevant that scares people. Well, I'm never listen to critics. Lots of bias in most cases. In most cases, but in a lot of cases, critics are right. From a root implying the what? Wait. So why would that mean? Just because it means that she's of the childbearing age, that doesn't mean she's not a virgin. Eric, got to roll, buddy. We'll catch you later. Thanks for the great content as always. All right, buddy. See you later. Huh. Yeah. No, Paige, I'm reading your comment. Yeah, totally get what you're saying. Obviously, there's some critics that are complete garbage for sure. Miriam, huh? On Rotten Tomatoes, do you value critics' score? No, I trust Rotten Tomatoes and more so IMDb user. The users on IMDb, oftentimes there's a decent amount of truth to good movies, but usually Rotten Tomatoes is right. I find most of the time I agree with Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I think I'll check that out eventually for sure. I'm gonna eat something. I'm hungry. Who's the fool? The fool? The fool or the one who follows the fool? Do you ever see yourself doing reviews to TV or movies in depth, like videos? I've thought about it, but no, not really. I look at movies and film the way I do because I am an actor, a studying actor. I say I am an actor because I study it a lot, and that's what I want to do with my life. It's one of the reasons. That is the reason I want to move to LA. So I watch film from that perspective, and that's how I rate the films, basically. But also me being on YouTube and understanding sound. Understand, I am a music engineer and producer, so understanding sound and understanding videography. I see things in that light too. So, yeah, I've never thought about really doing it in depth, even though I think I could. But I don't know how. I don't know. But that'd be interesting. Maybe I'd do a podcast for it or something. Gotta love Snickers commercials. Yep. I was never into Snickers, but these are some called caveman bars, paleo, gluten free, all natural stuff. Literally like some of the only bars that I can eat. Blackbird's Wrath, yes. With would you ever look into trying your hand at talk radio if money and censorship weren't an issue? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Yes, let's talk about Ad Astra for a second. Oh my God. I had high hopes for that movie. Started out great. Loved the world that they created. But oh my God, that ending sucked. I was like, you guys could have done a hell of a lot better with this. Like, they drove the point of the movie home, but they did it all in the wrong way. And I was like, you guys, come on. You had it, and the script writer just screwed it all up. I was so pissed. I was like, dude, damn it. Ever since you mentioned that Frank Sinatra song, I've had it stuck in my head. Man, so I downloaded this Wim Hof app. Yeah, I use that every single day. It's awesome, isn't it? It's fantastic. You need to do 3 live streams a week, one about music, one about movies and TV series, and one about religion. Just to let you guys know, I am planning to up my live streams to more than once a week. So be on the lookout for that because it's going to happen. The whole movie is deep. Take care of each other or else shit falls apart. Are you still talking about the Joker? Or are you talking about Ad Astra? Dope. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Says I'm crazy for loving New York, New York over My Way. Nah, I think they're both fantastic songs. Right now, I just have My Way stuck in my head. Joker. Gotcha. Huh. Man. Yep. You're selling me on this, Domain. You're selling me on it. I mean, as if I wasn't already sold before. I gotta go and see it now. I think I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. Just go see it Tuesday. Tuesdays at AMC, I get movie tickets for $5, so that's why I like going then. What do you think about video games? I don't like them personally. Seriously, I don't see the point. I don't. I don't know. I stopped playing video games like when I was in middle school, and then I thought everyone else was going to stop, and then all my friends just kept going, and I was like, why? I don't know. I'm not a video game guy, and I'm not mad about it. I don't care at all. Missed your face. So glad you're back. I'd say the same thing, but I've seen your face, but I've never seen your face in like a video in motion. So glad you're back. Yes, she does. Is she living out there now? She was living in Monterey, and now her husband is a traveling MRI technician, and so she moves every 3 months. So she lived in Monterey for 3 months, and now she's living in Montana. How much watch time do you need to stream on YouTube? Like 40,000 hours. It's a massive Dragon. I'm a massive Dragon Ball fan, but I refuse to watch that. As a gamer myself, the main point for me is playing online with friends. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I think that's what gets everybody involved. Is like there's a community inside of video games, which is great. I just find my community in other places. You know, like I'm sure some gamers look at like, why would people do live stream on YouTube? Like that's just why. For me, it's like plainly obvious. But for other people, it might not be so. Electrical wire, he's got to quit demanding for my attention. That's funny. Shoot out with friends in a car against people all over the world. Yeah. No, that part of it is pretty dope. That's really cool. Oh, I wasn't aware you had to have a certain amount of viewers who have watched a lot. Yeah, no, you can't just do live. You can't just create a YouTube account and then do live stream, which is why. So I took down. I deleted all the videos with me and my dad that they had over 1 million views. I actually just put them on private because I think if I delete them, then I will lose all of the hours that I've gathered up, and I won't be able to do live streams anymore. So, yeah. All conference live. I have not looked more into that, but actually I asked her about it, and I don't think there's a way to attach Zoom to YouTube, which is what I would want to do, because then everybody would have to create a Zoom account, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I need to keep things on YouTube. Gotta find a real artist. Hey man, just write the story. Write the story, because that'd be a pretty interesting story to name about. Devil at an anonymous, wow, I can't speak, meeting with other devils. Write that story and then pitch it to an artist saying, hey, here's my story. If you like it, you can be the artist for it. It's a thought. Do you like many other content creators? Fear or been affected by YouTube super strict demonetization? I have not really witnessed that, which is a good thing. But I feel like if this platform gets bigger, if the Philosophical Misfit channel gets a lot bigger, which I hope it will, then I feel like I'll start getting a whole lot of backlash. Not really looking forward to that but it'll just mean I'm at the right spot. Back, sorry, I was making dinner. All good. I also ate. So, what culture fads do you not like? Also, golly, we've been going for a while. Yes, we have. And I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon in like 10-ish minutes. So, we have been going for a while. But hey, man, everybody who's been here since the beginning, thank you. You guys are amazing. Love it. Yo, bro, I bought RV and gonna. What? Want to play striking Vipers with me? Yeah, dog. That's okay. You're talking about a video game, right? Oh my god, I just got the reference. Nice. Simba. Nice. Just got the reference. That's funny. That's good. Striking Vikers. That is funny. Oh man. Cornbread at a tattoo shop called Gatlinburg Inc. Nice. LOL. Yep. VR. Yeah, I've seen a lot of commercials for that on Hulu. New VR. I think that stuff's gonna pick up. Honestly, I think it's really gonna pick up. Why did you get rid of dad vids and where I started and stopped watching? That's where I started and stopped watching. I didn't get rid of them. They're just on a different channel. They're called Pastor Reacts. That's the channel name. And I still upload on there. I haven't uploaded in like 3-ish weeks, two-ish weeks, but yeah. I'm glad I actually got to catch live. It's been almost 2 months. Got to go though. I'm starving, but I'm begging that you please check out Unsainted. I definitely will. Please see you next time. Definitely. All right, Dogma Debate. I gotta get that. To get back on topic of religion, what would you say the existence of religion says about the human condition? That we're empty, that we can't do things ourselves. And we realize that we can't do things alone. Like we can survive technically alone, but we can't thrive. We can't advance the human race alone. Humanity can survive on their own. People can survive on their own, no problem. But thriving and advancing, we can't do that on our own. And so, people get frustrated and ask either divinity for help. And the funny thing is the Bible, the divine God points to, if you love me, love your neighbor. So there's that too. But yeah, I think the human condition, what it says about it is the human condition is in need and can't do things by themselves. The human condition is at its core prideful because we can survive. Not at its core prideful. I should not say that. That's not true. The human condition can be prideful because we can survive on our own. And then through that, we say, well, since I can survive on our own, I can thrive on my own. But that's not true. We can't thrive by ourselves. We can only do that with people and with help and with others. And I guess a lot of people depend on the divine to do that as well. Good vibes. Good vibes, Jess. I'll message you later, Jess. We can advance, but not in a society, but not all the same. Deuces, I'm outie. All right, man. Peace. It sucks that I've been at work this whole time, but it's been good listening. Hey, man, I'm glad that you can still listen. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to go. Remember, y'all, you're awesome. You're sexy. You're one of a kind. Misfit out by Nate. P.S. Your hair looks nice. Oh, man. Jess. All right. I will talk to you soon, Jess. Peace. Green Mile versus Shawshank. Oh, dude. I'm going to be dead honest right now, man. I still have not seen Green Mile. Dude, I've seen it on I see it on Netflix. I'm like, I need to watch that movie. It's a classic. I need to watch that movie. But I've still not watched it. So obviously Shawshank for me. She the real MVP. Yeah, that she is. Long-time fan right there. Such a classic one. Dude, I know. I got to watch it. Got to watch it. Jess. Yeah, still here. Number one fan, MVP. That's you. Wingstop. Why can't I leave? Because you're a part of this family, Jess. Don't leave it. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. Wrap it up to 8:30 my time anyway. Be prepared to cry. I've read about it a lot in one of my favorite acting books called The Intent to Live by Larry Moss. His family, LOL. Yeah, Misfit fam. I don't know what else to call us. Misfit fam. So, yeah. But no, I've read about the Green Mile in this one of my favorite acting books called The Intent to Live. And Larry Moss, who wrote it, talks a lot about how he worked with the actors in that movie and shares their story and process. And so really maybe you want to watch it, but I still have not watched it since. So there's that. We're the Misfiteers. There you go. Gotta watch it. Oh, man. It's 2:28 a.m., but I have to watch this, though. Hey, man. Dude, I'm so glad you're here. Rio667, man. I don't know if you've commented a whole lot. Maybe you have, but really glad you're here and you've been watching the whole thing. Gotta go. But have a great night. See you again soon, hopefully. Oh, for sure. Oh, I'm literally just I'm like a what do you call it? Like I say, I'll wrap up at 8:30, so it's 8:29, but I'm literally waiting for it to be 8:30, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. That's just how I am. Watch Death of a Superhero. You'll love it. Oh man, that sounds epic as shit. Of course, I'm gonna watch that. Boom! It's 8:30. All right. Jess, I think you want to leave. All right, South Africa. Love your country. Love your country. Want to go back. Really love South Africa. All right. It is 8:30, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, tuning in. Just to let you know, as I've said before, there are future live sessions, more than one a week coming up. So be on the lookout. Get ready for that. And there will be an announcement about that. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. It was a great conversation. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks since I've done this, but getting back to every Friday night. So I will see you Misfits next Friday. Peace out.